Thank you for choosing F2M2 Fit and Fitness with Margie Massey. We've decided to add an instructional portion to the part of the DVD for you so we can break down those moves for you. I've got Candace here to help me show you how to do it. So let's get started. There's three main positions that you're going to be doing during your workout. One position is the right guard position. When you're in the right guard position, you want to make sure that you put your right foot forward and you're going to take that left foot and have it at a slight angle. You want to make sure that you're not right lined up with one another, because when you're starting to throw those punches, you're going to be torquing that back leg. So you want to put a nice little angle between your 2 feet. You're going to keep your guard up and you're going to protect your face. This is your right guard. Another position you're going to be in is going to be what I just call simply facing forward. I'm going to tell you to square your hips up to the TV in front of you. When you do that, I want your feet square, I want your hips square, I want everything square. So you're looking straight at me. Again, keeping that guard up, protecting, thinking always that you're going to protect your face. So you always want to keep these fists up here by your cheeks. And then lastly, you'll be in the left guard position. Your left foot will be forward, that right foot will be at a slight angle. Put that guard up and you'll be ready to go. One more thing that we need to tell you about before we keep moving on here. Got to learn how to do that fist. When you're making your fist, you want to curl those fingers in, put your thumb right there in between the middle fingers. You don't want to be doing punches like this. Okay, you're going to hurt that thumb, might scratch yourself, and you definitely don't want to do this. This is not a proper fist. So when you're making that proper fist, curl those fingers in and put that thumb right there around the middle knuckles. Okay, let's get back into the right guard position, and we're going to go over the jab. When you're doing a jab, you want to go out with your fist and bring it in with your elbow. Go out with your fist and bring it in with your elbow. The main thing that you want to be careful on with your jab is making sure not to lock out that elbow. Never ever do you ever want to go all the way to a lockout position. If you look at Candace, she's always going to keep just a slight bend. The next thing that you'll notice Candace doing is she's doing a little pivot. With all of your punches, whether you're in the guard position or whether you're facing forward, you will always have a little pivot. What I like to tell my classes back here in San Antonio, wherever your fist goes, the hip follows. So if you take a look here, Candace's hip is following by way of a pivot. Moving on, we're going to add the power to this little combination. So we go jab and we go power. When we add that power punch, very, very important that that back leg, we pivot on the ball of that foot. Once again, where my fist goes, my hip follows, right? Let's see that, jab and power. Take a look there. Take a look at Candace's feet. She's been very careful to make sure she doesn't have them lined up. I'm going to show the improper way. Candace is going to show you the proper way. Improper, like this. See what I'm doing, trying to lean my upper body. This leg is going this way, and my upper body is going that way. That's normally not a good idea. So we want to make sure that we take that foot, step it out slightly. We go jab, we go power. Okay, let's move on to that hook. We have a hook. Hook is going to show you is going to come off of that leading hand. When you're doing a hook, once again, wherever that fist goes, look what's following it. My hip. I like to have my knuckles stacked. You can also do your fists like this. That is purely up to you. It's your choice, whatever feels most comfortable. When you're doing that hook, you want that elbow lined up with your shoulder. Show us how to do that hook, Candace. Right there. Now hold there for a second for me. She's got her knuckles stacked. She's got that elbow lined up right there with her shoulder. Oh, and look, she's got her hip followed. She did a pivot on the ball of her foot. I couldn't ask for a better hook. Okay, coming off the rear, good job. Coming off the rear, going to show you that uppercut. So if we were doing a hook and then we went straight into an uppercut, similar to that power punch, only now we're coming up and not going out. The hip movement is exactly the same. The pivot on the foot is exactly the same. What's different is your hand movement. You're going to drop down and come up. What I like to tell my participants in class is that when you're doing your uppercut, that momentum, that momentum sometimes wants to take you way up there. And I always say, we're not fighting no Jolly Green Giants. So you want to make sure that you aim for your chin and don't let that momentum take you any higher than your nose. Can you show us an uppercut, Candace? Right there. Right there. So you want to make sure you keep that uppercut low, about no higher than your nose. Just remember that you're fighting your own self in the reflection. So there you have it. You have your jab, your power, your hook, and your uppercut. Moving right along, we're going to come back to a facing forward position, and we're going to talk about the shin block. When we do a shin block, we want to bring our knee up, and we want our elbow to come and touch that knee. What I like to tell my participants is you're going to take that inner elbow, and you're going to touch that outer knee. Now, some of the common mistakes that we see in shin blocks. Can you show me some of them, Candace? Oh, let's break that down for a second. Show me that one again, girl. Yeah, let's see that hand right there. Margie would say, negative. I want that hand up because I want her to work all those muscles in her arms. So when you're doing that shin block, it's real tempting to drop that hand down. We don't want you to do that. We want you to keep that hand up, because when you keep that hand up, you're going to engage all those muscles in that upper arm and get a lot more benefit. And not only are you going to do that, you're going to get a lot more work there in your ab section of your body. So you want to make sure right there. So let's do a couple of shin blocks, shall we? Right, left, right, left. So this is your proper shin block. Right, left. Good job. All right, moving right along, we're going to tackle these kicks now. So we have a kick that we call a front snap. When you're doing a front snap, a couple of points you want to remember. You want to go out with your toe and in with your heel. Now, for our purposes in our classes here in San Antonio, and you at home, you're going to be pointing that toe to your TV and bringing that heel back in, because you don't have anything getting in your way. So you're going to go out with that toe and in with that heel, just like that. Can we see that? Out with that toe and in with that heel. Can we see that a couple more times? Out and in, out and in. And she's making sure that she's got a slight bend on that supporting leg of hers. She doesn't want to lock that leg completely out. We don't ever want to lock out those joints. Let's do both legs. Take it out and in, out and in. Out with the toe, in with the heel. Out and in, out and in. There you go. Okay, moving right along. Front snap's not too difficult. Now we're going to tackle the side kick. Now there are a couple of things that you do need to know when you're trying to do a side kick. So when you're doing a side kick, we're going to practice that side kick with that right leg. What you need to know is that that left foot, you want to put that left foot down at an angle. A very common mistake in side kicks is people not turning that toe. Candace is going to show you the proper way. I'm going to demonstrate the improper way, but let's break this down just a little bit more. Candace, can you fix that left foot for me? That a girl. Thank you so much. When you're practicing your side kick, especially if you're new to kickboxing, I treat you at home just as if you were in my class. I just kind of feel like you guys at home are part of my class. So, because you are. I'm just not with you live. But, so when you're doing that side kick, you want to practice, a good practice technique for you to learn how to do that side kick. Take that knee up, push that heel out, bring that heel back in, and drop it down. I call it a 4-count side kick. Can you show us that, Candace? We go up, we go out, we go in, we go down. Taking a look at her foot, her non-kicking foot, go up and out and in and down. That is a slow side kick. Now, common mistake that I see, keeping that non-kicking foot straight on and going up, out, in, down. I think you could see my face, it almost kind of a little bothersome there. It doesn't feel very natural. So we want to make sure to turn that toe out. We go up, we go out, we go in, we go down. So if you're learning that side kick, that's a great way to learn that side kick. Okay, moving right along, got that side kick, good job. I want to show you just your basic jack. When you're doing a jack, I think we all know how to do a jack. That's just a regular jumping jack, but I want to show you a level 1. If you're new to